Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, the day-to-day grind, preparing for fleet carriers. Sad. The reason it's sad, it's a few hours after they discontinued the beta, so we don't have a fleet carrier to go over and do other videos on. So it's sad. Now I created 4 videos this morning and the audio didn't work, so I had to go back and do an overlay of the audio. Well, that's not easy and it's not preferred, and I'd rather not have to do that, but since I just can't go back and recreate that video because there's no fleet carrier, so it was just best to try to do the overlay, and at least I learned how to do it. And we did a day-to-day grind because we hit the 10 billion mark. So I had to do the overlay for that too. Well, hopefully we're not having to do the overlay for this one. That the microphone's actually working this time. And we need to go over to Brunel, and we're carrying 25 million credits worth of cargo. Will we be interdicted? Absolutely. The higher the rewards, the more interdictions there are. So, oh well. Let's go ahead and plug the destination in. Sys left. Sys left. My voice attack seems to get worse instead of getting better, and I've tried about everything I can, and it still takes sometimes 2 to 3 times for it to understand. At first I didn't have any problems out of it. Now I have more and more problems out of it. Just left. We do stack missions, and that's why we make 10 billion plus. There's a 10,489,000 to Brunel. Now it's a partial. See, we're only delivering like 12 units of it. We've already delivered most of it beforehand. And this is a 2 unit for 1271. The reason there's 2 is because I donated to the factions in the past, and they'll give you those deliver 2 or deliver 3s because you donated to them before. And this one's 3 million. And this one's 10.489. And so that all comes out to about 25 million. We're currently at 10.0334, so that'll put us to the 10.05, where we usually do a video every 50 to 100 million. And things come up sometimes and we go to the 100. We probably would have this time, but because we hit the 10 billion mark, we wanted to go ahead and do a video. Well, like I said, it's a sad day. We no longer have the fleet carrier. They closed the beta 1 out. And in a few weeks we'll have beta 2 and we'll get to buy the fleet carrier again. We should have more funds. As you could see, we're over 10 billion, so it matters when they take the snapshot. And hopefully they take it after we create or been able to collect that 10.0 billion. We also added 3 more pythons. We added we have a cargo, and then we added a travel, and we added a mining, and we added a planetary python. And in June, after we buy the fleet carrier, if I still am close or over 10 billion after grinding all this time, I want to buy 3 more cutters and do the same thing. And I want to pick a small ship fleet, and do the same thing. Then I want to pick a couple of ships that have extremely long jump ranges, like the Anaconda, and I believe it's one of the Diamondback or the ASPs that can get up to 80 also, but we'll be researching that. And especially in June, we'll take the fleet cutter with all of our ships around to each of the material trade, or each of the engineers, and mod all of the ships. So that'll be pretty cool. And the space legs, the planetary home bases, the landing on planets with atmospheres will all be a DLC, hopefully by December. So a DLC means it's out-of-pocket expense. It comes out of real money, not credits. So just like Horizons. So I'll keep bringing you information about the DLC in December as I get that information. But right now we need to prime time grind all the time until we get more than enough funds, and then we can just mine for fun. We can planetary exploration for fun. We can travel for fun. All of those things, and that's the whole idea. So many do it with astro mining. I do it in cargo. Yes, I get interdicted up to 7 times. Watch the videos. I have videos of 7-time interdictions, and I have 565 more videos for you to watch about the engineers, about material traders, about like Dav's Hope and Jameson Crash Site, where you can collect materials. There's discount stations that sell ships and modules discounted. There's one where they sell for 15% off, and there's one that sell for 10% off. So look at those videos. Just put in discount. You'll find them on my YouTube channel. But if you would look to the lower part of the video to the right, you see that subscribe button. Please press that. Doesn't cost you anything at all, but it helps me with YouTube eventually when I get to the minimum subscribers, and you get notified when I create these videos. So please press that subscribe button. And thanks to all of those that have pressed it and that are subscribing and are being notified when we put out new videos, and eventually it'll make a huge difference. So keep supporting GFM_RDG. I would appreciate it. And underneath the video in the description, you'll see ways to donate. It's very expensive to be a YouTuber wannabe. So with 565 plus videos, with all the equipment that it takes, it's very expensive. So if you would consider donating, and it shows you several ways to donate. And under the video to the left, you do see that YouTube channel GFM_RDG, where you'll find those 565 plus videos just from the last 3.5 months of the publication of this video. It's all new content, and so watch those videos. And there's an About tab on my YouTube channel that also has a contact email in there, so you can contact me if you need to. So we need to get to Brunel. So let's get started. Let's get interdicted. Make sure you got that popcorn ready. If you like seeing someone be abused, you're about to see it with interdictions.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Yeah, up to 3.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's still a good game. When it goes over 3, it's just okay. When it gets to 7, I don't like the game. And you'll see why if we get up to 7.
3, 2, 1, engage.
It is total insanity to have to go through 7 interdictions in one Super Cruise run. So it's crazy. Yeah, you can make the big credits, but it's crazy. There's one right there telling us how it's come a long ways, yeah, from the star. He's been sitting there for weeks, pounding me every day, every Super Cruise run. They constantly pound me. I like the credits, and I like the fleet carrier, and I like the cutter, and I like all my pythons, but I do not like the interdictions. And as long as the sound's working this time, we do have a way to do commentary after the fact if we have to. And it gets better. You know, the first video probably wasn't all that good, because I was still trying to get used to that. But I'm learning how to do it, and we're not going to do it on purpose, that's for sure. It's only when we have issues. We have a backup way of including the commentary. The game audio worked fine. It was just the commentary part. And that might be a good thing. You might not even want to hear my commentary, especially when I get crazy because of all these interdictions. It affects me mentally. Makes me a mental case. And my wife says I'm a mental case anyway, but it just proves it when I have to go through this many interdictions. And like there's a video of 6 interdictions in the cutter. Oh, that is crazy insanity. Because the cutter's not that simple to fly amongst interdictions. I like using the cutter when it's like in an uninhabited planet area. Sys left. Sys left. Like I said, that voice attack gets worse all the time. I mean, why do I have to deal with this stuff that doesn't work right? Yeah, and the purists don't like that I say that Super Cruise throttle is broken, which it is. But they don't like for you to ever say anything is not working absolutely perfectly with Elite Dangerous. There's a lot that's not working perfectly. It's just the facts. No matter what the purists say, it doesn't always work right. We slow down because there's 2 planets, and a lot of times those pirates have superpowers and they'll pop in right behind you. So I'm trying to be prepared for that. If there's any chance, like this guy, there's a chance. Anytime there's that yellow square behind you, there's a chance. If you're going really fast, it's not good, because they'll throw me into the planet. But we made 25 million credits on this run.
DeLacy, Romeo Golf, India, Station services are prepped for your arrival. Greetings,
Sis
Commander.
left. At least the pirates.
Permission authorized. You are clear for approach to pad 2-3. Clear for automated approach vectoring.
At least the pirates, if they lose the interdiction, they should have to pay the pilot 1,000,000 credits every time they lose. Oh, I'd have 1 trillion by now, because I've been playing for 8 months with over 2,300 hours, and I have not lost an interdiction. Now, I've been knocked out of Super Cruise, but I have not been killed, or they have not robbed me in over 8 months. So they should have to pay me $1,000,000 1,000,000 credits every time. There should be a negative on their side. I mean, they're putting the misery on me, so they should get some of that misery.
Landing complete. Engines disengaged.
But if you have enough practice in this game, yeah, you can handle about anything. I'm not a combat pilot, though. Maybe I need more practice. Now, the thing is do I really want to practice combat? That's not my playstyle. And this game was made for those that are into pirating, stealing, killing, and destroying. That's who it was really made for. Frontier doesn't really care for the explorer or trader. They only care about the pirate. So it's all geared toward the pirate, not the other than pirate. Yep, we made it over 10.05. So we're at actually 10.06, so we went ahead of it. So we'll look for a mission going back to Sothis Mining. A round trip is always good. There's not enough round trips, but every once in a while there is. But we accomplished our goal, which was the 50 million. And if there's audio, if you're able to hear the audio without me having to do audio overlay, then it really was a success. So I will see when I start to edit if there's audio in it. Let's go back to Sothis Mining, and that'll complete the video. Sis left. That's usually where I like to end them, or complete the video, because that's where we pick up our missions. I probably will listen to the video after it's recorded, just to see if my voice is on there or not. One test. Well, it says it's recording. Now, it doesn't mean that it's recording everything. But I show you how to make the credits on Beta 1 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks prior to that, too. So it was probably 4 weeks ago. I was at 6.3 billion, and now I'm over 10
Landing
billion.
gear retracted.
Ship released. Follow the greens on your way out.
So it's like 10 points, or 3.7 billion I've made just in 4 weeks, and that's also doing videos. It's also doing a whole nother playlist, the fleet carriers. I've made 3.7 billion. So if I can do another 3.7 billion in the next month, then that'll be awesome. Sis left.
DeLacy, Romeo Golf, India. This is Federal Flight Control. Request docking if you wish to land.
Frameshift drive charging.
And over 90% of all the credits that I have were made between Sothis and Seals.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And really, I only freak out about interdictions when it gets over 4. That's more, and that's excessive. Anything over 4 is insanity. There's really no reason for there to be over 4 in one Super Cruise run. I mean, we get the point. They want to make it as difficult as possible for someone to make billions. Sis left. But for Frontier to listen to the players the last 2 weeks, and they are lowering the upkeep cost of the fleet carriers by 85.5%. The fleet carrier that I purchased, it was 127 million a week just for the upkeep. So that should drop to between 15 and 20 million per week. When we made 25 million on this last cargo run, okay, that was a week. All I'd have to do is run 52 missions, and that would be a year. So I want to put $1 billion into the balance of the fleet carrier and just kind of top it off every once in a while, where there's always $1 billion in there, and we're good. So but I have videos on about everything, from the engineers, how to unlock them, where to get the materials to unlock them, going to the engineer, showing you the modules that they modify, what materials it would take for a Python or that class of module. And we're going to do it again in June. We're going to take the fleet carrier to each of the engineers, and we're going to have fleets of ships. Right now I have 4 Pythons. We'll have 4 cutters, and we'll pick a small ship and have 4 of those. We'll have a cargo version, a travel version, a mining version, and a planetary version of each fleet. And they'll all be on the carrier. And they'll all be cobalt color. Even the SRV is now cobalt color. The cobalt in the hangar doesn't look all that great, but out in space and on a planet, it looks great. Looks awesome. It glistens out in space. It's really cool. And if I can get the fleet carrier in cobalt, I'm going to do that too. Is this left?
Docking request granted.
I don't like speeding around stations, but I have a couple of ships that are always trying to beat me to the request. So now I come in full bore. And if I get fined, then I get fined. I got 10 billion. Is this left? No fines yet. So we're
Landing
good.
gear deployed.
Well, I thank you for coming out with me, where we reached the 10.05 billion. The next video is where we reach 10.1 billion.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
And if I could get 10.8 by June, or by the time we buy the fleet carrier, that would be incredible. You just keep watching the videos, go with me, and we'll talk about what we learn about the fleet carrier. Watch my videos over the last 2 weeks. We talk about the fleet carrier and even show you the fleet carrier, from purchasing it, adding the modules, paying the upkeep, going out to Edmondson High to purchase. We purchased about 1,000 tons. We could have purchased up to 247,000 tons because that's what they had. We have no place to put it, but we could have bought it. When I get the fleet carrier in live for real, I'm going to load it up with about 16,000 tons of tritium. So, well, I am so thrilled that you came along. Please press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out with YouTube eventually when I hit their minimum. And you get notified when I produce all these videos. Underneath the video in the description, you'll see a way to donate. Please consider donating. We can really use it. Underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, where you will find those 565 plus videos just from January. So it's kind of hard to grind when you create that many videos, and most of them are 30 minutes to an hour. So come along with me again. Ride along in my shotgun seat over here in the Python, or in the cutter where there is 4 shotgun seats, either on the wings or even in here. And when space legs come, we're going to go right through that back door right there. We're going to check it out. And we're going to check these monitors out when we can do that. Now I could, if my room was big enough, I could go back there, but I couldn't go through the doors. That's when space legs come, and I'll run around in the skinny body. The avatar that they give me, that's skinny compared to me. So, but it makes me feel better. Anyway, I could see my feet. If I was standing straight up, I could see my feet. And that'd be wild. So, I have lost 50 pounds though, so I'm getting there. Almost 60 pounds. So, yay! Yeah, I'm starving to death, I think. I sure feel like I am. So, join me again for another wild and crazy adventure where we show you the good and the bad and the ugly all the time. So, again, till next time, thanks for watching.